This was not a blowout. This was not just a blowout. This was an ass whooping. Belt to ass, BTA, demolition, destroying, bro, eradication. Dog, what I saw was what the United States did to Hiroshima, bro. They nuked that shit up. Atletico Madrid nuked up Barcelona, bro. It was bad. It was bad for Barca. If you're a Barca fan, I know you guys are feeling so bad. You guys are feeling so worried. You're feeling so ate up right now because what Atletico Madrid did, oh my gosh, bro, I was not expecting this at all. I was not expecting this masterpiece of a performance that I saw from Atletico Madrid, bro. This was the best performance and the best win Atletico Madrid have had all season long. Facts. And you guys cannot disagree with that because you guys can agree that with me. Y'all know that. You're a Barca fan, Real Madrid fan, Atletico fan, Girona fan. You're a fan all the way from the Premier League. You guys agree with me on this. This was the best performance Atletico Madrid had all season long, man. Because coming to this game, I said to myself, Atletico Madrid has been very inconsistent. They've been streaky. They have the players, they have the talent, but sometimes they're just like you just don't know what you're gonna get from Atletico Madrid, man. You might get a 5-0 performance that they had against Real Betis, but then on the weekend, the you see them being 1-0 down to the same team they beat 5-0 on the during the midweek. So that lets you know how inconsistent Atletico Madrid is, right? They're very inconsistent. And you look at Barca, who was like on the 5-4 game win streak. They're winning every game. They're doing good. Yes, they're plagued with injuries, but you can see that they're finding ways to get the 3 points or to get that W. So coming to this game, I bet a lot of people had the prediction that Barca was going to win because of how inconsistent Atletico Madrid has been. I said it was going to be a low scoring game. I believe that's what it was going to be. But lo and behold, it was not. It was a one sided domination of a game by the least expected team. Keep in mind, Atletico Madrid has not beaten Barcelona since December 21st, 2024, whatever, bro. They have not beaten Barcelona since 2024. I mean, this was just amazing. So Atletico Madrid came out with a 4-4-2 formation, and Barcelona came out with a 4-2-3-1 formation. And I think if you're a Barca fan, right, like you look at Barca, we both knew that a lot of the most impactful players was not gonna be starting in this game. Pedri did not play. Rafinha, Marcus Rashford, those three guys specifically. I know people will talk about Gavi, but these three guys specifically who has been very impactful and have done a lot for Barca was injured. And I get it. You guys can make the excuse or say that hey, s- three of three of some of the most impactful players alongside Lamine Yamal did not play. So it's expected that Barca was going to lose this game. However, I would not allow that excuse. You cannot use that excuse because the performance from what I saw was so bad. Rafinha's been out for a while, and Pedro was out for a while, and Barcelona was still getting those W's, right? They were still getting those wins. They beat Mallorca 3-0. What I'm very shocked was the fact that it felt like Barca didn't even know what to do. It's like they was just like slapped up in the face. They did not recognize what they were supposed to do at all. And it all started from that own goal, that stupid, careless own goal that both the Garcia brothers or Garcia's namesake did. Eric Garcia made a back pass to Joan Garcia, the Barca's goalie, and the idiot was not paying attention. I don't know where his mind was at. My guy, you got to focus on the game, bro. It's early in the game, so you know that you got to make sure that you're not making no mistakes that could shift the tone of the game. This brother, the ball rolled underneath his foot into an empty net, bro. That was crazy to me. I was watching in shock. I'm like, how did you let that happen? And by the time he got to it, it was already too late because it was already over the goal line. You don't need goal line technology to know that was a goal right there. And even if when they put the ball out of the net, Lookman still got to the ball and scored it. But either way, it was ruled as an own goal by Eric Garcia. I think John Garcia should have had that, should have been like the one under the own goal. But it was so stupid by Barca, bro. And ever since that goal happened, bang, the tone of the whole game shifted. The tone shifted. Barcelona defense was panicking. They felt like they had to push the high line up even more to equalize the game. It allowed Atletico Madrid to relieve themselves of the pressure and be more motivated and be able to exploit the spaces and the counter attacking to beat the offside trap. And that's what happened. The second goal by Griezmann was beautiful, bro. They kept on repeatedly beating the offside trap made by the highline defense. I don't understand Hansi Flick at all, bro. I don't understand Hansi Flick at all, bro. I get it. Live by the gun, die by the gun. Live by the sword, die by the sword. Live by that high line, and you're gonna get killed by the high line, bro. And that's what happened. Barcelona got killed by the high line defense because that Atletico Madrid was so good and so dangerous by counterattacking, and their transition to the counterattack was so beautiful to see because it wasn't just Alvarez and Griezmann that you had to worry about, the top two strikers. You also had to worry about Lookman, who's been phenomenal for Atletico Madrid. Huge, huge signing. You have Lookman on the other side, on the left side, who has the pace, can dribble, can pass, and can score himself. And he did two of those. Fuck, he did all of them. The fuck. And then you have Nepo baby. You had the Nepo baby, Simeone on the right side, who got the pace to push the ball up front, allowing Alvarez and Griezmann and Lookman to who's the pace to just direct the ball, to just direct the running. Direct counter-attacking football. That's what Atletico Madrid did, and that's what got them to 4 goals in the first half. Should have been 6 goals. Should have been 7 goals. Because Alvarez scored. Yeah, Alvarez scored, but he also missed a chance before he scored. Molina missed a chance before he scored. It is just so insane to me, bro. Third goal, look, man, my man, bro. Lovely once again, counter attacking. Griezmann, Molina gives the ball to Griezmann. Griezmann passes the ball sideways to Alvarez. Barca players are thinking that Alvarez is going to shoot, but no. He did a sideways pass again to Lookman, and Lookman just had the ball, and he just placed the ball in low shot, placed the ball at the far right corner, man. That was beautiful by Lookman. It was 3-0. You guys should have seen Diego Simeone. He was so animated, man. That guy has the face and the attitude of a hitman, of a Spaniard hitman, bro. Because I tell you, if that guy was not a coach in his different life, I believe he would have been a gangster. He would have been a gang member, bro. A gang banger. Or a mob hitman, whatever the case is. I just know he would have walked the life of a street guy. So animated, so happy. And I was like, okay, you know what? Maybe this game will head into halftime 3-0. You know what I mean? Let's like I think this is going to go into halftime. Surely Barca's not going to concede a fourth goal in the first half. Surely not. No way. No way. No, no way. 45 minutes. Alvarez popped his cherry. Finally. Julian Alvarez. The last goal he scored was back in November 1st, 2025. first week of November 2025. That was the last goal I've ever scored. 18, almost 20 games have been played since then. About 18 to 20 games have been played, and this brother did not score until today, until this game. It's like Barca were just opening up the legs, bro. Like Bonnie Blue. Yeah, Griezmann, you get a nut in. Lookman, you get a nut in. Alvarez, you get a nut in. Like this felt like I was watching a train being ran on, bro. But just in football. Like that's how crazy this was. Halftime, Atletico Madrid 4, Barcelona nil, bro. Now during the halftime, I was saying, okay, you know what? They need to find a way to just okay, fine. You want to go all out attacking, that's fine. Because that's how Barca has always done it, bro. Barca has always been known as the remontada. They've been known as the king of comebacks, right? If this game was 2 goals up, I feel like Barca fans would not have been worried because they know, okay, there's a chance that we could make it 2-1, 2-2. But I said, okay, second half, the goal is try to stop Atletico Madrid from scoring the fifth goal and at least score 2 goals. You just have to score 2 goals and to go back to second leg with the hope of a comeback. Second half started a couple minutes in. Paul Kubasi scored off of a free kick from Lamine Yamal, and unfortunately, it was ruled as an offside. They said Lewandowski was created the offside or some shit. He was offside to the build up of Kubasi scoring that goal. Okay, whatever. But my issue with the Spanish league is why it takes so long for VAR, bro. That shit went almost 10 minutes trying to analyze if that goal was offside or not. That should not be happening. Sometimes, if you can't decide if a goal is offside because of how thin it can be, just rule it as a goal, bro. You don't have to be so, what's the word, so detailed and so focused because you're wasting time. And that's why 10 minutes was added to the 90 minutes of the game. That's why 10 minutes was added, has added time. Second half, to me, Barca still could not do much. They were trying so hard. They dominated ball possession. Both first half and second half, Barcelona dominated ball possession, but it does not mean much. Because Atletico Madrid, despite how they didn't like Barcelona had over 80% of ball possession, but yet Madrid has as much shots and as much goals, a lot more than Barca did. The second half, we saw Atletico Madrid just playing that compact, full low block that we know them to be. Just sit back, defend. Don't let Barca even score 1 goal because that can rejuvenate them. That goal being disallowed by VAR, I think it shot Barcelona even down. It shot the hopes even down a lot more because the tone of the game just changed. It was like they could not handle the four-headed monsters of Atletico Madrid, bro. And I love it. I love what I saw. That counter-attacking by Atletico Madrid was so beautiful to see, bro. The transitioning was just amazing. They was pace, being clinical, just everything, the whole 9 yards. Later on in the game, Eric Garcia got a red card. The guy who caused the own goal, well, it wasn't his fault to be honest, because he made it a simple back pass, and all what the Barca goalie had to do was just take control of the ball, just be in control of the ball. He got a red card, and that's it. Refs was just giving yellows to everybody. Disciplinary issues was just happening. Barca was no longer they were no longer disciplined. And I don't blame them because everything just went to shit. They couldn't even get 1 goal to go back home. Overall, I will have to say this was an amazing game by Atletico Madrid, man. I love what I saw from them. And I feel like going to the second leg, Atletico Madrid, I don't see Barca trying to make a comeback. If Barca can make a comeback and beat Atletico Madrid to go to the Copa del Rey finals, then I will lose my mind. I would just lose my mind. And I will be here to watch that game. And I hope you guys are with me in live reacting to that game. So, you guys tell me who you guys think was the man of the match. I think Molina was very nice. Alvarez was amazing. I mean, Griezmann, you know, Laurent was so nice. Koke, who was 34 years old. I thought that a guy like him should be ready to leave the club, but he was very solid in this game. Molina had an assist. He was so nice as well. Rogeri, he did a good job slowing down Lamine Yamal. Very, very good job slowing down Lamine Yamal. So um I'm looking forward to the second leg of this game. You guys tell me, and please guys like and subscribe. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.